film's writer and one of the actors.
Joining me right now, I have Tara Westwood, who is an actress, a producer, about this great film called Detours, and the writer, Mara Lessman, also the writer, producer, / everything in these films. All right, let's get right to it. Tell me what Detours is.
Detours is a road trip comedy. It's about a newly single New Yorker who has to relocate to St. Petersburg, Florida for her dream job. She drives south with her widowed dad, her mom's ashes in a coffee can, and a GPS with a mind of his own.
Tara, don't tell me there's a scene where they open the coffee can and all flies in their face.
In real life, actually, that happened, but that part wasn't meant to happen, so we didn't put it in the film.
Tell me about why these kind of film festivals, and we're talking about the Sunscreen Festival, why these are so important for films like yours, because yours is what they call an indie.
Right. Distribution, it's all about that. You need, to have a Laurel on your poster, or to just get that kind of, this is good for us to be able to be shown somewhere is a great way for distributors to see the film.
So they're going to see reactions from the crowd, they see the films, and obviously a lot of these films create a lot of buzz, and that's how they do well.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned something interesting. You're the writer.
Yes.
Writer-producer, she's an actress, producer, and it's kind of like, well, how do those roles mesh? Because Julie, when you think about producer, executive producer, you think about the money side of things.
Yeah.
Producer can be more in control. So how does that work?
First of all, Tara and I get along extremely well, and so that made a huge difference. She was in the first feature that I wrote and produced, which was called Surviving Family, and
we did 20 festivals together in 2 different countries. And we thought, we get along, we can do this.
We can do this.
Yeah.
And actually, when I started writing this screenplay, Tara actually, I knew from the beginning I wanted her to play the lead role. And we were driving between Toronto and New York, and we were brainstorming ideas back and forth, and she was spitballing wonderful ideas. And I said, hey, do you want to come on board as a producer? And she said something like, what?
I thought I never wanted to do it, but a friend of mine had encouraged me. He was like, you're a really great actress, you need to get out there more, you should produce. So I was like, oh, I don't want to. But with her, I went.
Now, when this is what gets me. We have these film festivals, and you see these films, some of them you're actually able to find that idea and run.
Right.
But what happens next for you when you show your film? You put it together, somebody invested a bunch of money in it, and they stand to make money if the distributor picks up your film. But what if the distributor doesn't pick up your film?
One of the great things about the world these days is that there's a million ways to get movies out there to the public. One of the things is you can do what they call a limited theatrical run. For example, I just this past week signed an agreement to have Detours run for 2 weeks at a movie theater out in Northern California. Because I know a guy who's doing the booking at a small independent theater, and I've known him for many years, and he's seen Detours. I sent him a screener, and he said, love it, want to screen it. So now, and we have something similar just for one night at a theater in New Jersey in September. So one of the things that we're trying to do is get as many of these indie theaters as possible to bring Detours in, and we do what's called a door split. We split the door. So
you make some money.
I make some money, and the thing is, they can pay me a smaller percentage than what they have to pay Warner Brothers. So it's kind of a win-win, and a lot of these smaller theaters like to have smaller movies. The other thing is that there are so many online and streaming options. For example, my first feature is on iTunes. And it's on Amazon Prime. So that's called Surviving Family, so people will check that one out also. And then there's Netflix.
This is also a film that would be perfect for a place like Lifetime. So you
Okay, the movie's called Detours. It's going to be showing tonight at 6 o'clock. Saturday. That's right. Well, this Saturday. Through the magic of TV. 6 o'clock tonight is this down at the Sundial Theater?
At the Movie Co.
Oh, the Movie Co. So it is down at 7.
Yes.
All right. Go see Detours, because if you don't, well, you got to see it. Please. Ladies, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Pleasure.